Hello there, my name is Mark Catchlove and I work for Herman Miller. Herman Miller is one of the world's largest office furniture manufacturers, and my role is to share our research across the EMEA region. Herman Miller has a very strong heritage of research, and in 1968 we published a book, The Office, a Facility Based on Change, where Robert Probst said this, that the real office consumer is the mind. The subject starts there. More than anything else, we're dealing with a mind-oriented living space. To explore this even further, we recently did some research into fundamental human needs and work, trying to understand how workplace affects people and how people affect their workplace. It's knowledge and insights based on people. They are the starting point. We were looking at the fundamentals of life and not just business research, trying to understand what matters and what motivates people. We looked at over 80 years of literature covering subjects like psychology, sociology, and anthropology. We also looked at military studies. And any of you that know Maslow's hierarchy of needs will know that that featured very heavily in our research. We looked at the sociology of work, how people affect their work environment, but more importantly, how it affects them. And we all understand that space affects people, but we wanted to understand how it affects people with their fundamental human needs. And at the heart of it was human-centered problem-solving design. In fact, Herman Miller's strapline is designed for the good of humankind. We created this to help you think about creating a great place to work. We call this the engine of prosperity, where we balance the needs of the individual with the corporation and passion with profit. And from there you get true prosperity or happiness or even success. But to meet these fundamental needs that I'm going to share with you, you need three approaches. You need to approach it from the way that you manage people, from the tools and technology that you give people, and the places that people work in. And these are the 6 fundamental needs: achievement, security, purpose, status, autonomy, and belonging. We acknowledge that there is a difference from one person to another, and that people need these fundamental needs in different levels. And we want to understand that you are working with individuals, with individual human needs. So let me share with you the 6 fundamental human needs. The first fundamental human need is a sense of achievement, where we all strive for excellence. We all want to feel like we have accomplished something and that we have been able to make a contribution and make a difference. Research that was carried out by the Federal Reserve Bank showed that it makes a difference to business results. Doing something for the love or challenge of it leads to better business results. Achievement is not just good for the individual, it's good for the company. In a book published by David McClelland, he acknowledged that the desire for achievement contributed to economic growth. Supporting people to give them a sense of achievement is a great thing to do personally and also for the business. Another fundamental need we have is a need for security, where we desire health and safety and competence. This security is physical, that's ergonomics, that's feeling safe, that's feeling like you are able to be cared for, and that's about health and well-being. But another fundamental need in security is emotional security. This is affected by the way that people are managed. How safe do I feel? Do I feel like I have a voice? Am I able to speak up? Another fundamental need is status. Status is not just hierarchy. It's about feeling like we are being recognized for making a contribution. It's about being thanked for what we are doing, being acknowledged that we have made a contribution to the company at whatever level that might be. It might be a simple thank you note. The next fundamental need is purpose. Purpose is where we want to make a meaningful difference. And in fact, this is the one that affects our health, research shows. For people, a sense of purpose at work is critical to personal well-being, said Cohen, Randy et al. Possessing a high sense of purpose in life is associated with a reduced risk for all-cause mortality and cardiovascular events. Having a sense of purpose makes a difference to our health and well-being. And Barry Schwartz said that if we design workplaces that permit people to find meaning in their work, we will be designing a human nature that values work. Let's make sure that we're designing workplaces that support purpose. Another fundamental need is autonomy. Autonomy is not anarchy. Autonomy is freedom within boundaries, not like anarchy, which is freedom without boundaries. We all seek freedom in our actions and our decisions. And I acknowledge that this is one of those fundamental human needs which really differs a lot from one person to another. Some individuals are okay with being told what to do, where other people's needs for autonomy can be very high. Organizations with high autonomy outperformed others. And it's important to know that autonomy is a business contribution, not just an individual contribution. We often turn to the work of Paul Zak. Paul Zak is a neuroeconomist, and he showed that you can make a difference to your company if you facilitate autonomy, and also recognizing colleagues' accomplishments. It's important that you create an environment that encourages freedom and autonomy. Another fundamental need, and the final one, is a need for connectedness, a need for belonging, a need to have a meaningful connection to others. We're moving away from just place, we're moving to community. And again, we turn to the work of Paul Zak, who said that human beings are neurologically wired to seek positive social experiences. And all of us have this innate desire to feel like we belong. And when we belong, we make a difference to the community. So much so that Baumeister and Leary said in their research that much of what human beings do is done in the service of belongingness. People that feel like they belong go out of their way to support the community. So let me recap those 6 fundamental needs. They are achievement, security, purpose, status, autonomy, and belonging. Have a think about how you personally value these 6 fundamental needs. You will value them differently to another person. These fundamental needs must be met in the 3 ways that I mentioned earlier. It's about place, it's about tools and technology, but it's also about the way that we manage people. And these three need to work together in harmony. I would like to leave you with a quote from the founder of Herman Miller, DJ Dupree, who said this, that in the long run, all businesses and business leaders will be judged not by their profits or their products, but by their impact on humanity. Let's go out and design for the good of humankind. Thank you.